Konnichiwa. Hello everyone. I'm Mihoko, wearing a kimono coat with long sleeves cut. I'm wearing it like a jacket. How do you like it? If you come to Japan, do you want to visit a Japanese house? Suppose you are invited to a Japanese home for the first time. You have opportunity to get in the house. In Japan, there is a custom of taking off the shoes at the entrance. I think many of you already have this knowledge. However, I'm wondering if you have a clear understanding of this custom. So this time you learn about its historical backgrounds as well as some manners. Don't miss it. There are two types of the front doors in Japanese houses, including apartments. One is Western style, the other is sliding door type. When you open the front door, you will see the first place to set foot. That is a place called Genkan floor. Genkan is exactly the border line between the outside and inside of the house. Genkan is usually made of concrete, tile, or stone. Its size is various. The height of the step between Genkan and the wooden floor varies from around 3 centimeters to 30 centimeters. You must take off your shoes on Genkan before stepping up on the wooden floor. Do you think it's simple? Can you remove your shoes without putting off your shoes? Or without dropping your shoes on the wooden floor? They are considered as bad manners. To avoid bringing dirt into the house, you should not step on Genkan in socks or with bare feet. It might require a little practice. If the step is high, you can sit here and remove or put on your shoes like the illustration. How about the low step? The difficulty of taking off shoes depends on what kind of shoes you are wearing. For example, long boots and sneakers with long laces are very difficult to handle. So when visiting a Japanese house, I advise you to wear shoes you can easily slip off and slip on. After removing your shoes and stepping up on the wooden floor, turn back and turn the tips of your shoes towards the front door. This is a good manner and makes it easier for you to put on your shoes when leaving the house. Do not turn back on Genkan. It's a bad manner. If your feet are dirty or damp after a long walk on your visiting day, it will be a good idea to bring socks. There are 100 yen shops, that is to say, 1-coin shops all over Japan, and you can buy various kinds of socks there. The host will appreciate your thoughtful consideration. Make sure in advance your socks have no holes. The host provides slippers for the guests. You use slippers on the wooden floor. Don't step on the tatami straw mat with slippers on. You have to take off slippers in front of the Japanese tatami room. When using the toilet, change the slippers. Don't go out on the balcony or down the yard with slippers on. Cleanliness and hygiene is an important concept for Japanese people. Japan has traditionally had a culture of taking off the footwear before entering the house. I think there are several historical backgrounds for this tradition, so I'll explain. One is the influence by two religions, Buddhism and the ancient Japanese religion, Shinto. Both religions have greatly influenced the Japanese way of thinking. For example, the practice of purification includes purifying the house and the things you use, as well as your mind. A family Buddhist altar and a household Shinto altar used to be placed in every household. People pray or make offerings to the altars. The inside of the house has been regarded as a sacred place. Another background is that tatami straw mats have been used since the ancient times in Japan. In the beginning, it was used by high-ranking people. The painting shows the life of aristocrats early 11th century. Tatami became commonly used around the 17th century. You will see some photographs of the houses and ukiyo-e woodblock prints showing people's lives and terakoya, private elementary schools run by one teacher around the 17th and 18th centuries. At that time, people enjoyed the play sitting on tatami mats. In 1868, Tokugawa samurai warrior administration was over and the new government was established. The new government actively adopted Western culture and more Western people came to live in Japan. The cultural differences caused big problems. I'll show you one of them. One Western man visited a Japanese house like the photograph. The host and his guests are in the same room. The host doesn't look happy. Can you notice what was wrong with the guest? The guest didn't remove his shoes. To solve this problem, one tailor in Tokyo devised footwear that can be worn with shoes. This is the origin of slippers in Japan. Originally, slippers were created for non-Japanese people. Tatami is expensive and very weak to humidity. Japanese climate of high temperature, high humidity, and lots of rain also contribute to the custom. Entering the house with footwear makes the room get dirty with mud. Tatami flooring is hard to clean dirt from and easily damaged, so people have been careful to protect it. Most people have used a tatami room for multiple purposes such as sleeping, eating, and sitting. This lifestyle continued until recently. The photograph is a Japanese-style house where the residents lived in the late 20th century. Today, houses in Japan are more and more Western styles without tatami rooms or just one Japanese-style room. In Japan, children learn from an early age that it's important to clean their rooms. School children from elementary to high school levels clean the classrooms daily. There are no school janitors. The routine of cleaning their classroom is regarded as part of Japanese education. Besides the places with tatami mats, such as Japanese inn, izakaya restaurant, so-called Japanese bar, there are more cases you have to take off your shoes. I'll show you some examples. This is a temple. At this temple, you take off your shoes and put them in shoe shelves. You have to take off your shoes in the fitting room of the clothing stores. Even small second-hand shops have fitting rooms. Are you interested in tea ceremony? If you have a chance to attend a tea ceremony held on tatami mat, bring white socks. Don't wear jeans. Japanese women in kimono bring the clean tabi, Japanese socks, to change for attending the tea ceremony. At school, children change into indoor shoes at the entrance. I hope this video helped you learn about the historical background on the Japanese custom of taking off the shoes. I think cultural differences give us a good opportunity to compare mutual culture and better understand each other. Thank you for watching. See you again soon. ありがとうございました。